Well, hello. On today's Random Foreplay, we've got 12 songs, all sharing the exact same title. Our job is to find the very best one of them. So let's see if we'll be in two minds about which two hearts deserves the crown. Let's find out. Hey, I'm Joe, or JSB, and I am joined once again by Shawn from Reactions to the Classics. Shawn, great having you with me as ever. Are you ready for this thing that you've only literally just found out now what we're doing?
Yeah, I mean, of course. So you have all these notes and know what's going on, and I have zero clue. So yeah, let's get it. It's always an interesting position to be put in, but I can handle the pressure.
I know some would crumble, but not you.
No, not
So
me.
Two Hearts. It's an astonishingly popular song title. I found offerings from, amongst others, Charlotte and David Stanbush, the Jayhawks, the Sugar Babes, Post Malone, and even Kylie Minogue. So, Shawn, answer honestly, are there any on that list that I just mentioned that you'd be excited to hear?
Um, Maybe. I don't know. I just think of Stacy Q when I hear Two Hearts. I don't know. And I don't
Stacey
know where
Q
I
is
pulled that name out of, but yeah.
well, there you are, because that's not one that I'd even come across. And the list that I just mentioned there, your lack of enthusiasm is great because that's what I was hoping for, because those aren't on the list either. Those are just some that didn't even make the
Look at
final
you.
12. So, yeah, the 12 we are going to be using today, it's an interesting and varied group. Quite a lot from the late 80s. That seems to have been where
Okay.
Two Hearts is just the thing. There's
Yeah.
some new stuff too. There's even one song that only dropped last month. That's how up to date I am.
Well, you know I'm
And
not gonna have any idea what that is then.
well, yeah, me neither. Here's how it's going to work. We are going to just pick whatever we want. That would be far too simple. Each time we're going to do a round, and the randomizer will give us three options, and we just have to choose one of them. We'll each make two picks, listen to those in full, and then by the end, we'll crown one of those that we play as the definitive Two Hearts. So means some things are going to fall by the wayside. And as you might have spotted behind me, I've got a nice little board. So we've got slots for a runner-up, robbed, which is one where we don't even get to play it. And then there's also a space that's hopefully not needed. It's the Hall of Shame. That's just there in case Shawn picks an absolutely terrible song, which he is
Like I
prone
did
to
last
doing.
time. Yeah, like I did last time. That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Yeah, he's got four, but we're hoping for all the right picks today. But yeah, we shall see.
I'm very, very curious to what my choices are going to be here. I'm very curious. I'm wondering if I'm going to get three choices of people I don't even know who they are. So I'm just curious.
It's not impossible, though I think you're going to be familiar with at least most of the names on this list, if not
Right.
necessarily the songs. But yeah, let's fire up the randomizer and see what your first bunch of options looks like. Now, again, I'm pulling from my iTunes library. So of the 12, I own five, which means
Okay.
I've got little placeholders for the ones that I don't own. So we'll see if we get some clues as to what they represent. Yeah, so Shawn's first option is going to be that's a real song. That's Dave Mason from
That's an,
1987.
I was going to say, I knew that was 80s. I don't know the song, but it's not hard to figure out.
Yeah. Second one is excuse long bit into that. So that's
Sounds like,
not
it
a
could be
Two
some
Heart song.
70s stuff.
No, that was James Vincent McMorrow's cover of Wicked Game.
Oh,
So
little Chris Isaac action. Okay.
yeah, so he has one from his 1993 album. So that's your second choice, effectively there. And then your final one um, is this.
Boss man, what do you say about getting you alone in the night someday?
Again, that is not a Two Heart song. That's Gordon Lightfoot with Boss Man.
Okay.
So who do you think that might represent, Shawn?
Oh, now you got me confused. It's not Gordon.
No. I mean, that was Gordon, but that's not who the song represents.
Well, I don't know then.
Come on. Boss Man?
Oh, Bruce has a song called Two Hearts,
Yeah.
and I'm wearing his shirt. Like when you said one of my all-time favorites, but I was trying to pull it out of my head of what that is on.
So yeah, that's from the river. Um,
just don't remember. I mean, the River's a double album with 21 tracks, but
There's a lot of songs, don't there?
this is where it gets interesting though, right? Do I choose the Bruce song just because it's Bruce? Yeah, I do. Let's go with Springsteen. I didn't know it was gonna, but look, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it chimed up almost nicely, but I'm going to be honest, I thought that you would go straight there with that clue, but hey, yeah, we're going to kick off with Two Hearts from Bruce Springsteen. As I say, one of Shawn's all-time favorite artists, not one of mine, but I'll give him a fair listen. And this is a nice quick one. It's under 3 minutes long, so well done, Bruce. All right, so this is indeed Bruce Springsteen, Two Hearts. Some boss action there. A good way to kick us off, I think. And I'm not the biggest Springsteen fan in the world, but I think that we've possibly heard the best song that we're going to hear today already.
Yeah, that's a good track. I mean, as soon as it started playing, I'm like, oh yeah, I know this track. Like, The River sits smack dab in the middle of a 5-album run. Born in the USA, Darkness on the Edge of Town, The River, Nebraska, and Born to Run's the first album. Born in the USA is the last one. And so I like The River, but it's not one that I'm like highly, highly familiar with. I have an album reaction. I've ranked the songs on it, but it's not. But this is one of those Bruce songs where Bruce's choruses usually aren't super punchy, right? This is more just a live, you record this one. It's not so much about the songwriting. It's about, this is just a fun song to play. The keyboards there, Roy is just hammering those keyboards. So yeah, it's a good song, man. So I guess we've already peaked. So we're done. We got the winner.
Yeah, well, we shall see. Just being the best song is not the only criteria for being the winner. Equally, we might hear something even better.
I hope so.
But I think that was an excellent choice. I don't know the Chris Isaak song, obviously, but Dave Mason has some excellent albums, and that is not from one of them. He was one of those guys who did not cope very well with the 80s, I'm going to say. He disappeared for a long time. That was his first album in 7 years. Well, in fact, 87, he did 2 albums. One was a kind of indie release called Some Assembly Required, which I've not only not got, I've never even seen a copy of it in my life. And then that one, Two Hearts, was on MCA, so a major label, and it just, like everything on MCA in the 80s, went completely nowhere. It did have his old traffic mate, Steve Winwood, on backing vocals. It was obviously right in the 80s, a lot higher than Dave at that point in time.
Yeah.
A cracking little start there with Bruce, but now it's going to be my turn to nominate a track, and let's hope I get something as good, if not better. So my options are going to be...
We used to be giants. When did we stop?
Okay, this is unusual because that is Giants by Dermot Kennedy, and that simply represents that he's got a song called Two Hearts, and so it's an artist I know with a song that I don't.
Okay.
So yeah, that's from his 2024 EP, which until I was compiling this list, I didn't know he'd even done. He's about to come out with his 3rd album in a couple of weeks' time, but yeah, that little EP had completely passed me by. So we've got that to choose from, along with that is Burton Cummings with a song called Richard. And what that's represented today is Two Hearts by Sir Cliff Richard. Again, a 1987 track, which was actually a top 40 hit in the UK, his 98th single. Yeah. So that's to be considered potentially. And then my final one is... that's going to be something good by Ryan Adams. That's Ryan Adams.
Yeah, I was going to say, got to enunciate that.
And again, an artist that I've got a few albums by, but he has a Two Hearts that I do not own. So my choices are basically between 2 artists I know and like, and 1 artist I know and really can't stand. But in fairness to Sir Cliff, this song, or his Two Hearts, is written by Alan Tarney, who also wrote We Don't Talk Anymore and Wired for Sound, which are two of Cliff's actual good songs. So I wouldn't rule them out automatically, but I'm going to.
But you
and
are.
really, I just got to toss up. Do I want to hear Dermot or do I want to hear Ryan? And it's, he's a bit of an ass, to put it mildly. But I'm going to go the Ryan Adams route. Give us something.
When you said you didn't have to say who it was after you gave that intro, I knew you were going to say. But he's crazy talented, man. Crazy talented.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is from Easy Tiger in 2007, which is officially a solo album, but does have the Cardinals on it.
Of course.
So, yeah, I don't know quite how that worked, but it did. So let's hope that Spotify is keen enough for us to hear it as we try it out. Again, nice and quick. We're getting through the quick ones today, only 3 minutes long. So if it's terrible, it won't matter too much. Unlikely. Here we hopefully go. Yeah. All right. Ryan Adams there, and what did you make of that one?
I thought it was fine. It was very well written, as you expect with Ryan. I didn't exactly care for the arrangement, particularly with the guitar melody. I mean, it's fine. It's not a bad song at all, but really well written. So, we did pretty good starting off with Bruce and Ryan. But yeah, it was okay for me. What did you think?
I enjoyed that a lot. I was slightly distracted because I was trying to follow the lyrics along on Spotify, which thought it had them, but it turned out it didn't. It was a completely different song.
Sweet.
So then I looked online for them, and I found the first result was Genius, which had the same wrong song. So I didn't really catch up with the lyrics until about the last 20 seconds in the end. So I was mostly listening to the song and just going, no, it's not that one. No, it's not this one. Oh, well.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, a really good vocal performance from Ryan, especially the little falsetto at the end as well. And I generally prefer him when he's actually solo and not with the Cardinals. So I kind of know what you mean about the arrangement, but it didn't just detract from that one for me. So at the moment, I'm pretty much even on the first two that we've heard. So it has been a cracking start, really.
Yeah, we're 2 for 2 for sure. Yeah, don't mess it up now.
Well, it's down to you to not do that.
Well, no, you're giving me the choices, though. So really, it's down to you.
Well, I mean, I'm not giving you the choices. I've curated the choices, but it's.
I'll say, Joe, who picked these 12 songs?
You. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. The good news is that I now own most of what's left. So
okay,
we'll see if that in any way helps. I mean, it means at least that I should know if songs are good or not. Okay, so 3 choices for Shawn for nomination number 3. His first one is going to be this little number.
First song I thought of whenever you said,
is.
Yeah, it's Phil Collins. Whenever you said Two Hearts, that's the first song I thought of whenever you said it at the start of this. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of the most obvious one in the whole bunch. Next up, and it is another one I own, is this. Any feelings on who that might be?
It sounds familiar to me, but maybe it's not. But it sounds familiar to me. Who is that?
Yeah, it's Magnum.
Okay, maybe. Okay.
So yeah, that's from their 1985 album On a Storyteller's Night, which is kind of their big breakthrough and generally regarded as their masterpiece, as if they only have one masterpiece.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy.
And then pick number 3 is this one.
Also sounds familiar. Maybe not. What do we got? Sounds familiar.
Yeah, no, you haven't heard that song before, because that is Toto.
Oh, no, I know, of course not.
So that is from the last album with Jeff Porcaro on drums, as you heard him at the start there. That's 1992's Kingdom of Desire. Is it an unenviable position that I've put Shawn in? Probably, it usually is. But he's got a a giant of the title here with Phil Collins, or he's got, as he knows, two of my favorite bands of all time vying for his choice. And I mean, if you want any advice on that from me, I could happily give it to you, or you could just go on a whim.
No, I've got it's easy for me what I'm going to choose. I'm going to choose Magnum.
Okay, a fine choice. I think we will now have a firm contender for the robbed category today.
So
because,
Toto, right? So I could tell by your reaction, you would have recommended Toto.
no, I was thinking of Phil.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to the song, that's the song people are going to think, oh, that's the obvious one to go for.
Well, it is the obvious one to go for. We want to throw a little curve here. I mean, we all know that song.
We don't do obvious when we've got Magnum to play. I mean,
that's right.
Yeah. So on that note, let's hear it. For me, for the 51st time this version, not counting live versions, and for Shawn for the first time. 1985, and it's not quite as 80s as Magnum would get, but it's definitely of that era. So here we go. Well, one thing we're doing well on today is getting songs with proper endings. So that's nice.
Yes, I know how you love the fade outs.
So how was that for your first dose of that album? In fact, because I've given you a fair amount of Magnum over the years, but I've never actually given you anything from that album before.
Yeah, I was exactly what I thought it would be. It was 1980s goodness, man. It's the kind of music I listened to and loved in 1985. Not Magnum because I didn't know they existed, of course, here in the States. But yeah, I mean, it was good. It's what I expected. It was well done. What do you think? I mean, obviously being a Magnum expert, how do you like this song?
I like it a fair amount. It's not one of the classics on the album.
Right.
It's Tony Clarkin, who we heard on guitar there and has left us a couple of years ago, but was the writer of every Magnum song ever recorded, was really good at mixing up the styles and the themes on the album so that you'd get light and shade. You'd have anti-war songs and love songs and deep subjects and light and frothy stuff just for a bit of a change. And that's more on the frothier side of his palette. But as always, superbly done. And Bob's vocal is great. Tony's guitar solo was excellent. I never really give him enough praise as a guitarist because I always think of him as a songwriter first and foremost. But his guitar playing was first rate. So yeah, it's making for an interesting lineup. We will have to talk about Phil because, like I say, he was probably going to be the one most people coming to a video about songs called Two Hearts would think of first. At least
I messed it up for you.
Our generation.
The number one song, it went to number one in the US in 1988. Two Hearts did from Phil. Oh, it went to 6 though in the UK. So I screwed it all up for you guys. Sorry, so you can blame this guy right here. Well, I wanted to hear Magnum because I knew Phil.
I'm glad that you plumped for Magnum over Toto because Kingdom of Desire is one of my favorite Toto albums, and Two Hearts is my least favorite from that album.
Oh,
so
all right.
But you think 6 was bad for Two Hearts? In New Zealand, Phil only made it to number 21.
So see,
that shocked me when I read that because you would not have known it. I mean, that was played to death on the radio.
And it's one of those songs that sticks in your. It's like one of those songs that when you hear it, it just runs through your head because of the way it's arranged. And so, it magnifies how much you hear it. That's why I didn't want to hear it again. It's not a bad song. Sorry guys, oversaturation for 1988.
I like it still. It's one of again, it's not a deep song, but I think we probably hit the depth of songs called Two Hearts early on with Bruce and Ryan. But it leaves us with just one final song to hear and nominate as our winner for today, and that's going to be down to me to choose. And let's remind myself and tell you what the choices are going to be. My first representation of the song. Going to be honest, the song that represents, I struggled to find something suitable. But that was Jump They Say from Mr. Bowie.
Okay.
And that is there to represent the song I mentioned earlier on, the brand new for 2026. It's
Hmm.
from British producer Danny Al Howell, alongside Dua Lipa. John Lipa,
Ah,
you see what I did there?
okay. Yeah, I see what you did there.
Yeah. Um, hmm. But yeah, so that's one option. Option two is, well, this is a fun connection. That is 70s prog rock band Caravan with Golf
Ah,
Girl.
okay.
Um, and I don't think this is an artist who's going to leap to the front of your mind, though you would definitely have heard of them, Shawn. Any connections there that you can come up with?
No, no.
No. Well, of course, if you have any good day on the golf course, you might get the odd birdie, but you'll end up being on par. And so this is representing John Parr.
Oh, Mr. Saint
Uh,
Elmo's Fire. Yeah.
yeah, exactly, with a song that did not rocket up the charts in the same way that that song did. This is 1986, and yeah, it went nowhere like his career.
Wow. I think he also had a song, Naughty Naughty. Was that right? I think that was about it for him that I can remember in my John
Yeah,
Parr Rolodex, which was
Naughty Naughty was
not a fantastic
that
song.
that was before St. Elmo's Fire, and just missed top 20. That was 23. And I actually saw John
Oh, wow.
live quite a while now, because I was in my period. I was still pretty fresh in London and going to every single gig I could. So I went to see Richard Marx at the Albert Hall,
Ah,
uh,
okay.
who was actually brilliant. I was one of those, you know, I don't really like many of his songs, but I guess he'd be all right. He was fantastic. John opened for him and was, I don't know,
Hmm.
he just gave off this bad vibe, like he thought he was the superstar,
Ah,
and
yeah.
uh, he wasn't. When your second most favorite song, or second most famous song rather, is from a Gillette commercial, uh, you got to look at yourself in the mirror. So anyway, enough slagging of people off. I'm sure he's lovely, but that leaves one final choice from a song that I do own, and that sounds like this. Now, from that brief intro, you're probably thinking we're back in the 80s again, but that is actually from Finnish hard rock band Brother Firetribe, and it's from 2008. Um, yeah, I thought that might be a new one to you.
Yeah.
He left the band a few years ago, but one of their members was the Hobbit from Nightwish. So this is kind
Okay.
of everybody's secondary band, just one that they did for fun outside of their more serious metally type stuff. So this had a like 80s throwback band, which is, you know, I've seen them live a couple of times, and unlike Mr. Parr, they're really good and just enjoy themselves doing what they do. But that is only a bonus track on that album. It doesn't even have the lyrics in the booklet, or doesn't even say who wrote it. Presumably them. I don't actually know. But I think I'm going to have to be brave and try us on something brand new and see how we cope. Uh, so this is the Denny Al Hal with Dua Lipa track, if Spotify plays along, and it's from his second album, Cerulean. Yes, so he co-produced and co-wrote just about everything on her Radical Optimism album, which includes Illusion and Houdini, for those who know modern pop songs. I know people who like modern pop divas, and they rate Dua Lipa very, very highly. So
Yes,
I've
yes, I
not
agree.
really listened to it. It's not really my wheelhouse, but
Mine either, but
as
yeah.
you know, as always, we'll give things a fair hearing. So on that basis, let's try it out. Here we go. Right. There we go. Some super up-to-date modern pop to end on today. How was that for you?
Um, I liked it. I think I'm going to say two things because two things can be true that are polar opposites. The production's really good. I think the production's a bit distracting, but I know the idea is to get people out on the dance floor for this song. But I think she could have carried this with a little different arrangement. I think she sounds, I think Dua Lipa can actually sing, where a lot of modern pop divas really can't. Right? It's all about the production. But I thought it was a good song. What about you?
Yeah, I was very pleasantly surprised by that
Yeah,
one. I thought her vocal was excellent,
yeah,
and I do. I mean, it's not aimed at me. Let's be honest. This
sure.
kind of song, but the production is not to my taste, to put it mildly. Um, I like real instruments. Was on the
Yeah,
most
I know.
part.
Yeah, the drum
Uh,
machine was just killing you.
but yeah, it's a well-written song, well
Yeah,
performed. I can't really say much against it. That is there's not much that is objectively wrong with it.
right. I agree.
And I don't know if it's been released as a single or maybe in the future, but I suspect if it does come out, then that one could rocket up the charts in 2026. So you might have heard it here first, folks. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
But that is going to take us to I think, unlike last time, somewhat trickier
Yes.
decision as to what we're going to have in each of the categories. And I guess we can't really fill up the other ones without. Well, I'll say first of all, have we got anything that you want to put into the Hall of Shame?
No, no, not nothing at all. Not even close. No.
No. Well, I'm going to be controversial and put something in there because people who decide that they know what they think of a song without even bothering to hear it. I hate that kind of behavior, and I'm going to do it right now. Into the Hall of Shame, I'm going to put Sir Cliff Richard. And my only justification for this is that, as I said, that was his 98th single. His 99th single was Mistletoe and Wine, which makes me heave. So the proximity to that is close enough. Sorry, Cliff. It's probably a bit
We're
harsh.
taking some strays. We didn't even listen to the song. Wow, man.
I know, exactly. I mean, I'm just becoming like other lesser YouTubers. Right, so on to the serious matter now, the good ones. Do we have anything that we're vying between, or do you have a clear winner in your mind from what we did here?
I think I have a winner, but I think all four songs are actually really good and stand on their own merits. I actually think I like the Dua Lipa song better, a little bit better. I mean, it might be second place for me. Is that crazy? Or is it just because it's the last thing I heard and that's the idea that it sticks in my head? By the way, it's arranged.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying. You know exactly what I'm saying. It's just right there. I'm gonna go. You want me to give you my winner?
Yeah, go for it.
I don't want to screw up the drama if we're I'm gonna go with Bruce. It's probably not a surprise, but I would accept any of the four as the winners, honestly. Compared to the
Yeah.
last time we did this is a much more pleasant listening experience. Although I'm sure many of you are going to be upset of what's going to go in that Rob category that I didn't choose. But yeah, I'm going to go with Bruce. What are you
Well,
going to go with?
well, it's tricky, isn't it? Because obviously the Magnum track is my favorite song on the list because it's one that I've heard 50 plus
Right,
times. So we've
right.
got familiarity there, and it's one of my favorite. Well, I mean, are they my favorite band? It's certainly the band I listen to more than any other. Even Marillion don't get played as much as Magnum do around these parts. Um, but I also thought our first two songs, the Bruce and the Ryan Adams songs, are really well
Yeah,
written. And Dua Lipa and Danny, let's not forget him as one of the artists, was an excellent modern pop song. But I think all told, maybe we did hear the best written song first. So I'm going to join you and jointly
wow.
crown Bruce Springsteen the winner of today's
Yeah, let's go.
little four-way song battle. So runner up, I mean, shall we just put the rest of them in there?
Yeah, almost. I don't even know what I'd pick as second because I was thinking that I mean, I guess I got to pick something, right? I'm gonna be controversial. I'm gonna go with Dua Lipa and who? I can't even remember the other guy's name. That's what's sad.
Yeah, Danny Al Hal. It doesn't trip off the tongue, I
Yeah,
have to
that's the
say.
problem too.
Uh,
I'm gonna go with them runner up just because that's not something that I would hardly ever do. And am I ever gonna listen to it again? No, because it's not to me. But I can just judge it over here where it is.
if you get out on the dance floor in the summer and throw some shapes to it, you never
Yeah,
know.
that's probably gonna happen. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I can't not put Magnum as my
Magnum. Yeah.
runner-up, but any of them were eligible. So on that note, who are we saying is robbed? Is it one of those that we didn't crown the winner, or is it
Well, I
Phil
think
or anybody else who we didn't play at all?
you already called it. It's Phil Collins, of course. Everybody watching this is telling you what it is.
Yeah. To be fair, I have had Phil on the channel recently with uh, Tim, and we looked at songs that hit 26 on the charts. We started off with Abacad from Genesis. So if you want the
Ah,
full quota, head over to that video I'll have it floating around somewhere for you before too long. And of course, one thing, Shawn, about today's little episode that I'm sure Bostar will pick me up on is that I should have saved this for November and done it as a Doctor Who anniversary special, because of course the Doctor, like all Time Lords, has two hearts.
Okay. Well, for me, I'm going to leave that to you guys.
I mean, we've had a good run of songs today. As you say, it was a much stronger field than last time when we crowned one song the best ever, titled Walk on Water. So that will also be floating about somewhere for you to check out afterwards. So it just leaves me to say thanks very much to Shawn for joining me and going through this little task, and to you for watching, and to, of course, let us know what we got right and what we got wrong. There's just about every possible opinion available out there, so let's hear them. And I'll just say thanks for watching. Bye for now, but not for long.
It's the end, but the moment has been prepared for.